Almost forgot. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight. It is day 7 of the Dear Me, I See You challenge. I'm excited that we are in the last week of this challenge and we are finishing strong. Wow. If you have come today and this is your first day, I want to welcome you. If you're returning, I want to welcome you. I look forward to you engaging with me tonight. Go ahead and put it in the comments. Let me know where you are watching me from, what city you're watching me from. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So, as you know, we have been on this challenge since the beginning of October, and the Dear Me challenge is in relation to my best-selling book, Dear Me, I See You. It's a collaboration of intimate letters from a woman's heart to the little girl within, written by myself as a visionary with 4 other amazing authors. We are writing letters to the part of ourselves that we allow to silence us and that we are ready for transformation. So that's what this challenge is about, is helping you to be able to see yourself in a deeper way. Like one of my co-authors said, this is Dear Me, I See You 2.0, this challenge that we've been doing. So if you have not ordered your copy, you can do so by following the link that's on the bottom of the screen. Or if you're wanting the ebook, you can go to Amazon.com and look up the book, Dear Me, I See You. All right, so let's go ahead and take this off. Hold on. I'm excited about today. I don't know about you, but through this journey, I have grown some. I feel like the purpose of it was to shift our identity from that woman who does not know how to see herself or has allowed herself to be silenced based on how she sees herself and what has defined her. So, at any point during this challenge, if there has been something that's been said, something that's been shared that has helped you to grow, I want to hear about it. Let me know in the comments, whether you're watching me now live or on the replay. There is a kind of delay um, for Facebook and for YouTube, but at any time that you want to comment, go ahead and do that. So, as I was saying, we've been talking about an identity shift. We talked, I believe, the first week of this challenge about many years ago. The mirror was called the looking glass, and they hadn't called it the mirror yet. And so we looked at the looking glass to define and decide and assess what are we looking into to define who we are, because it does matter. And many times the reason why we can't see ourselves is because we see the experiences, the pain that we've gone through, and it blinds us to who we are. And so we've been doing an identity shift to move to the highest version of our authentic self. And this journey it's pushed me to finish, because we are finishing. We're no longer stopping in the middle. We're no longer giving ourselves permission to give up in the middle, but we are pushing through. So again, this is our last week. One more day this week on Wednesday, and we get to graduate. We get to graduate. We get to finish this journey. So I wanted to talk to you today, on day 7, about something that I think, as we are shifting our identity, we have to come to this point. So today is Dear Me, pray, push, and get up. Pray, push, and get up. Now, I don't know about you, but whenever I am doing a self assessment and I am, going inward to really understand who I am and where I am in my life so that I can grow and move forward, sometimes there are those moments where it's easier to remain where you are than it is to move forward. So I want you to think about this tonight. When you have kids and they are going from one level to another in their life, whether they're walking or crawling or running, and they go through these different motions in their life where they're learning how their legs work. They're learning if they're confident enough to stand on their own when their legs start shaking. And then when they decide that they want to ride their bicycle without the training wheels, sometimes they're going to fall, right? And because they're used to us picking them up, dusting them off, and helping them to get on their feet or get up on their little knees or lay on their side to turn over, when they fall, they look back at us to see, are you coming? Are you coming? Are you going to say the things that you used to say to me so I know that I'm safe, so I know that I'm okay? And for many times when our kids fall, when they're going through those different stages, even though they are okay, they sit in the place where the pain happened, where the fall happened, until you give them the word to say, get up. So today I want to talk about pray, push, and get up. And this word came to me today because I needed it for myself. Because how many of you know that when you're teaching something, you get tested on it? When you are sharing a message, whether you are a pastor, a teacher, a trainer, whatever that case is, you get tested on it. And today this word came to me at a time when I knew that what I was experiencing was my challenge to get up. So I also wanted to talk to you about a scripture in the Bible. Let's see. Now, I'm not a Bible scholar, but there are some things that I know. So we're going to talk about John 5, 1 through 9 in the Message Bible. And I'm just going to read just a little bit of that to you in the Message Bible, just to get us to where I want us to be. And I'm going to paraphrase here. Let's see. So there was a pool in Hebrew, it's called Bethesda. And there were a lot of sick people around this pool. They were paralyzed, they were crippled, they had all different types of afflictions. But there was this man that Jesus went to that had been there for 38 years. And Jesus asked him, do you want to get well? You know, simple as that. Do you want to get well? And what was the man's response? He's like, well, there's nobody to carry me into the pool. So, you know, I just don't get healed. So Jesus asked him, he told him, let's see. He said, get up, take your bedroll and start walking. And immediately the man was healed. And so I started to think about when I was saying about the kids, when they fall and they sit in that place of where the fall happened, where they slipped down, waiting for us to come and give them the word to get up. And when Jesus spoke to this man, he asked him a question, and he was so used to being identified by his ailments and what he couldn't do, he had become comfortable in that place. But all those people were around him, and yet Jesus came to him and asked him a specific question. Do you want to be healed? Do you want to be made whole? Do you want to be better? And the man had his ready answers because he had been in this state for 38 years. So he didn't even have to think about it. He was like, you know, they not helping me. So that's why I'm still like this, because nobody's helping me. And until they help me, I can't get well. I can't be better. I can't get up. But yet this time, because Jesus saw him in the state where he was, but he also saw him in the state he was meant to be, and that was in wholeness. So my question to you is, do you want to get better? Do you want to stay in that position where all this stuff has happened and continue to identify yourself based on those experiences and what it feels like to be in the muck of what has happened? Or do you want to get better? Because we can hear the message, we can pray, we can have a conversation with God, but sometimes we can choose to stay where we've been because we know what this is going to give us. We know what this feels like. We know how we look at ourselves in this position. But in order for you to get to that new identity of yourself, you're going to have to listen and push through that crippled place and get up. Pray, push, and get up. Get up, pray. When you pray and you're pushing can be where you're used to listening to the negative thoughts, the negative words about yourself, the negative feelings about yourself. But instead, when you hear it and when you feel it and when you think it, you change it instantly. You begin to open your mouth and say, that's not true. That's not who I am. That doesn't define me. And the more you do that and you walk forward with a new sense of self, that's your get up moment. Because when we can hear, even this month where I've been sharing, we can hear, but until we move, we don't really see the manifestation of the change, the shift in our life. So I ask you, where in your life are you still sitting in that place and identifying yourself based on what you have been through, what you did, the perceived failure, your perceived faults? And you have not dusted yourself off because you are still comfortable. And so I came by tonight to ask you, do you want to be better? Do you want to be stronger? Or do you want to continue to lie in that place where all the people are around you that are aligned with the state that you see yourself in? Or do you want to pray, push, and get up? Because it's always up to you to change your identity by giving yourself permission to do the things, to accept the truth in order for you to be able to see yourself differently. I don't know about you, but that is something that's so powerful to me today. It was so powerful because I saw the vision of helping my kids when they were falling down, especially my daughter. You know, she's the princess. You see her falling down, you see her getting dirty, and she is, getting these scrapes all over her legs. And she's used to me being right there. But then there were those moments when she decided to say, I'm okay, mommy. There were those times when things scared her, where I didn't feel like it was anything fearful. And I gave her words to begin to speak against that thing so she could no longer be afraid of it. She heard me. She started to do it. She wasn't confident in it, but she kept speaking it because she wanted to be better. And by her pushing at a moment when we didn't even realize she had gotten there, instead of her being afraid to go buy this thing, she went past it as if it wasn't there. That's how we have to do when we're pushing to get up. Instead of staying in that place that's comfortable and familiar to us, we choose to do something different because we really want to be better. I will tell you this, on my journey, and I believe that we will always be on a journey of identifying, healing, evolving. I believe that as long as we don't give ourselves permission to evolve, it's almost as if the healing hasn't come. We pray, but sometimes praying can cripple us as far as how we see ourselves, because we think, okay, well, I know that I am healed. I know I'm better. I know I'm stronger, but it's safe right here. It is so safe right here. And we stay in that place of being healed, and yet we don't get up. And I've found that that is not the place we need to be either. We need to dust that place off. You're not meant to stay in that position where you're healed, but you're not getting up, because you have to give yourself that permission to release yourself to be able to walk forward and to be able to see yourself healed instead of healing, and see yourself as healed instead of healing, because it can also be a hindrance to you. All right. So I am not going to keep you long tonight. I just wanted to share that with you here on day 7. We've been doing a lot of work. I've been sharing a lot of things with you. And again, if anything that you have heard this month has helped you, leave it in the comments and let me know. But even as you are transitioning, you are embracing, evolving, and excelling and shifting to the highest version of your authentic self. Now it's time for you to give yourself permission to get up. What does getting up for you look like? Identify that for you. What does it look like for you to give up in order for you to be able to live out your dreams, live in your purpose, do the things you're meant to do, you desire to do? What does get up for you look like? You've been in this position for too long. And just like the man at the pool of Bethesda, he had been there for so long that he didn't even try anymore. He was waiting for somebody to come and lift him and move him to get what he said he wanted for himself. But yet and still, Jesus saw him among the people because he had a greater purpose. That once he was healed, he was meant to go and talk to the people who asked him, well, how did you get healed? And on this particular day, you're not supposed to be healed. That's not supposed to be done. His purpose was to go and tell them so that then they could go against Jesus, because it was all about the purpose. But had he stayed in that state and continued to give himself permission to be crippled, to be handicapped, and say, I need somebody else to come and help me get to my healing, as if he had stayed there, then Jesus couldn't have fulfilled that part of his purpose, because my purpose is aligned to help someone else on their journey. And if I don't give myself permission to get up, they miss out on what they're meant to get from me and what they're meant to get from you. All right. So I hope this has been helpful to you tonight. It's just a short message tonight. I know you guys are glad about that. So join me here on Wednesday at 7 p.m. as we complete our journey together for the month of October on our Dear Me, I See You journey, shifting our identity and moving to the highest version of our authentic self. And again, if you have not ordered your Dear Me, I See You anthology, you can order that at the link that's going below the video, or you can go to Amazon.com, whichever is easiest for you. But if you order it from my website, you'll get a signed copy. All right. So until Wednesday, thank you guys for joining me. I look forward to hearing your comments, and I will see you on Wednesday. Thank you.